Okay, I had somebody reach out and ask how to tie a very simple hopper pattern using very few materials, and so I responded and said, "Hey, I know of a pattern that I think will work," and I showed it to them. They said, "Hey, that's perfect. Can you shoot a video on it?" And so here's a video on it. It's called the Chaos Hopper, and it's very simple. It's typically tied between a 10 and a 14, so it's on the smaller size of a hopper pattern. You can just use your favorite hopper hook, and the thread I'm using here is just some 140 UTC in rusty brown. And what we want to do is we want to get our thread started a little bit back from the eye, and we're going to keep all of our thread kind of right here in the middle. I'm going to make a few passes just to build up a little bit of a thread body in the middle here. And this pattern really only requires two materials, foam and Antron yarn, or you could use like Z-Lon or something like that. So I've just got a little piece of tan foam. It's basically the size of the hook gap. So first thing we do is we just fold this over in half, like so. And I'm going to run my bodkin right through the middle of that, poking a hole. So you've got it like this. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to slide it over the eye of the hook. I want my thread towards the back so that this becomes the back half of the hopper body. And we're just going to tie this in right here. Kind of like that. Now, to help keep it from sliding around the hook shank, I like to glue this part right here. I really like glue on these foam patterns just because foam's kind of slippery. And once that starts to, as it's starting to set, I should say, we want to take this front part and pull it so that it comes over the eye. We can kind of poke a hole in it so that it sits like this. Okay. That's easy enough. Next, what we want to do is get a piece of Antron. This came off the card, so you can see it's got the natural bend. I'm just going to slide this right on top, like so. Tie it in with a few wraps. I'm going to fold this to the back. Tie that in. And now we can go ahead and pull the front part and make a loop and put it over the eye like we had already done with poking the hole or for the hole. Now I'm just going to tie this back part in like so. Really tighten down on it. And again, I'm going to add just a little bit of glue right on top just to help keep everything seated. Since it's foam, I mean, a little extra weight's not going to be a deal breaker. So next we have to add the legs. For the legs, the original was just foam. So I've just taken some more 2mm craft foam and cut them in long strips. If you don't like that approach, you can absolutely add some round rubber legs. This is a great little beginner pattern. So I'm going to just slide one through over to the other side. I want to make sure that they're kind of even there. Didn't quite get that one even. There you go, that's a little better. And now I'll put my near side in. Oops. I'm going to keep them on the side. Kind of like so. I know the legs kind of block the camera angle. Let me see if I can turn it to the side so you guys can see it better. And then now basically for the big finish, we're going to put an additional foam wing on top. And you could tie these in like green and tan or whatever you wanted. Okay. Tighten all that up a little bit. Put a few extra thread wraps in. The hardest part of this whole fly, other than keeping it from sliding around the hook shank, because it really likes to do that, is just whip finishing over all this stuff and making sure you clear your eye. That's it. Tighten it all down, trim it out, and again I am going to glue that top wing in. I know it looks kind of funny sitting from the side. I'll turn it to the side so you can see it a little better here in just a second. There's a little more glue on there than I had thought. And so basically that's it. That's the fly. All we have left to do is trim it. And so on the front, I'm going to trim it a little short. And on the back, you can actually leave that wing long if you like, or you can trim it short. That's up to you. I'll trim this one down just a little bit. And then for the actual Antron fiber wing, you want to come out just kind of past the tail, like so. And I didn't trim the back end first, but I meant to. So we'll do that real quick. So where the hook, the bend in the hook is where you want to take your scissors. And you can pre-cut these too before you put it all together. You can actually leave this just square if you want. It's more popular to kind of trim it out though. But we're just going to run this kind of at an angle and trim just kind of a slight taper into the body, like so. Just evening it up. Normally I do this beforehand, but I kind of got excited and skipped a step, which happens. No big deal. You can still get it in there. And so there you go. Very simple little hopper body or hopper pattern. Requires very little material. Very quick, easy fly. Just kind of brush that out so it opens up. And that's it. Simple enough. If you like the videos, always appreciate a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. And if you've got something you want to see tied, make sure you join the conversation and drop a comment below. And as always, everybody, happy tying, take care, and we'll see you next time.